good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are today. It is Taylor women's soccer action here from Upland, Indiana. We are glad you are making us part of your Saturday afternoon. It's a matchup of familiar faces as second-year Saint Xavier head coach Alyssa Krause returns to the place where she was an assistant coach for 2 seasons. The last group of Taylor women's soccer players that had her as a coach were last year's graduating seniors, which includes current assistant coach Morgan Orm. Taylor comes in 1-0 after defeating Asbury here on this field last Saturday 6-0. They were supposed to play at Trinity Christian on Wednesday, but that game was turned away and rescheduled for later in the month of October after Trinity Christian had some COVID issues that prevented them from playing on Wednesday. St. X comes in 0-2 on the year. They have played one Crossroads League foe. That was Marion in their season opener in a match that they lost 9-0. Tevens push from behind, and the foul comes. And that's the first foul of the afternoon against either team. St. Xavier plays out of the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference. They're just outside of Chicago. And here's Riley Massey set to take this free kick here from the near side of the field. Little rain starting to spit down here in Upland, Indiana. Into the box, 2 on, flicks it just wide. And a good look there for Massey. We've seen the two of them connect on set pieces many times throughout their careers. And the first shot of the afternoon belongs to TU. Taylor at IU East on Tuesday, then back here on Friday against Lawrence Tech. Two heads is down to the far side where AC Hardy will jump on it and loops it far side to Sophie Snyder. Clouds overhead. We thought the rain for the most part would hold off until after our match is concluded, but a little bit of precipitation spitting down from overhead. Sent back into the box. Massey, 2 flicks it on, and it's in the back of the net. And Lindley, 2 scores her first goal of the season less than 3 minutes in.
Taylor goal by number 13, Lindley 2, her first of the season, assisted by number 10, Claire Massey.
So Claire Massey gets the assist. Goal kick upcoming here for St. Xavier as the rain starts to come down a little bit harder. Here in Upland, Indiana. Morgan DeMoggle gets the start. She started the first 2 matches of the year for St. Xavier. As the Cougars will play it from the defensive end, cut off here on the near side by Rachel Landis of Taylor. 1-0 Trojan lead. On the goal by Lindley, 2 on the assist from Claire Massey, this week's Crossroads League Defensive Player of the Week, after she netted 2 goals last week in the 6-0 romp against Asbury. Taylor holds it in. Nice move from AC Hardy. Left-footed rockets into the back of the net. And less than 5 minutes into the opening half, it's 2-0 Trojans. First goal of the season for Hardy.
Goal by number 9, AC Hardy, her first of the season.
Beautiful individual move by the West Chicago, Illinois native. Julia McKee has checked out. I'm trying to see who has come in. Looks like Juliet Mendez. Nope, actually that's 20. That's Haley Samolis. As Samolis is still out there. There is a sub out here for Saint Xavier, led by second-year head coach Alyssa Krause, the Huntington University grad and the former Taylor assistant under head coach Scott Stan. Landis will throw it in near side of the field for TU. Into the box, flicked back away by Saint Xavier. Now the Cougars trying to clear, but it'll be held in by Emma Goebel in her first start of the year. Played last week with a brace on her knee, had that brace on during practice. She is braceless today. End line, Vanderkolk with a cheeky little move, sends one in, and that one finds the far side post on an unreal individual move by Allie Vanderkolk.
Taylor goal by number 24, Allie Vanderkolk, which is her second of the season.
Her second of the season. She got one last week, and it's 3-0 Trojans. You're not even 6 minutes into the opening half. So the Trojans clicking on all cylinders here to start. They have taken 4 shots, 3 on goal, and they've scored on all 3 of them. Taylor won 6-0 last week. It took a little while to get the offense going a week ago. But they are rocking and rolling here today against Saint Xavier with the raindrops falling overhead. Nada Ocampo ready to come in for Saint Xavier at the next opportunity. 2 sends one in deep off the redirect by Goebel. It'll be scooped up by DeMoggle. Beautiful right-footed punt, carries all the way up near midfield. And Goebel heads it down far side to Sophie Snyder. Goebel to the center circle in 2. Has pressure on her back from Tremundi. Far side, Claire Massey, who scored from 31 yards out last week, tried to flick it on to Tevens, who was offside for the Trojan cause. First offside against the Trojans here today. If you're just joining us, you missed a lot in the first 7 minutes of action. Goals from 2, Hardy and Vanderkolk, and an assist from Claire Massey. It's got the Trojans out front 3-0 as the raindrops start to fall with a little bit more pace as folks start grabbing for the umbrellas and the hoodies on their rain jackets. Riley Massey heads it forward, loose in the middle of the field. 2 tried to poke it forward with her right foot. Wanted to find Tevens, couldn't connect to her. C. Massey, Snyder, little one touch off to Hardy, poked away from her by Isabella Rapp. And now up to Esmeralda Diaz. Diaz in deep. Massey turns, flicks it off of the feet of Mariah Leonard, and that will result in a Taylor throw-in. R. Massey just trying to clear it and get it away from trouble. Able to deflect it off of the St. Xavier player, and Taylor will move it from the defensive end as they go from right to left in white. St. Xavier in black with the red numbers and the red letters. Turned over in the middle of the field. Nice play developing here. Leonard just outside the box. Works to her right foot. Brackenbury way off of her line. With a pass off target from Leonard, and Landis able to save the day and kick it away from trouble at the top of the penalty area. Diaz trying to run the give and go. thwarted away by the Taylor defense. Snyder up the far side, Tevens. Cut off by Kimberly Marquez, who came in a few moments ago. And Taylor will throw it in about 20 yards inside their offensive half. Marquez kicks this one away. Goebel, a header to the far side, sidelining Claire Massey. Wanted to work it to the middle where she tried to find Juliet Mendez. And then Mendez will right foot this one away, but it's cut off by Riley Massey of Taylor. Goebel, dangerous ball from the far side of the field to the near. Landis accelerates and gets to it before it can be poked away by Almazan. Hardy sees one through, and now we'll see if Sophie Snyder can turn on the jet. She's got to get there quick. And that ball will stay in play as she tries to fight the flag in the far corner. It was poked out of bounds by St. X. And so that means Taylor will have a throw in from the deepest part of their attacking area. Almost 10 minutes into the opening half, it's 3-0 Taylor. All 3 goals coming in a little under 3 minutes of game time. Massey applies pressure and flicks it back in. Massey, Claire Massey this time, one of Tevens, who got just a little bit too much of a head start. Neda Ocampo still waiting to check in. Just she has not been able to get that opportunity yet with a lot of offsides, free kicks, and the like that have prevented her from getting into this match. Riley Massey picks up the loose change in the defensive end for Taylor. They move from right to left in white. Saint Xavier counters in black. Tevens just inside midfield, lays it back to Claire Massey. Maneuvers to her left, poked away from her, and Peyton Fox almost had it, but it rolled away from her. Now Goebel will work it up far side to Snyder. Poking it on, Tevens onside this time. Now Tevens can show off the speed. Wanted to cross it, it was deflected away, and it'll be Taylor's first corner of the afternoon. So Claire Massey will take this one from the far side of the field. With a 3-0 Taylor lead. See Massey to take this one with the right foot. Right down the line. There's Riley Massey, punched away from her by the St. X keeper and cleared away by the Cougar defense. DeMoggle came in, and won the aerial battle with the 5'10 Riley Massey, as the Massey sisters tried to link up here and get Taylor their 4th goal of the afternoon. Dempsey to midfield and Hardy for Taylor. Snyder tried to drop it down, could not. And then it's cleared out of play here off of the St. XD. Rain picking up in intensity here. We thought the rain was going to hold off until the end of our match today, but it is popped up with a late summer shower here in Upland, Indiana. Claire Massey takes this one away. Big left foot to the near side. Taylor did not allow a shot last week to Asbury. They have not allowed a shot so far today to Saint Xavier. Landis to throw it in near side. Sees Vanderkolk lurking. Kneed away by St. Xavier. Diaz was close to getting to it. Now Goebel steps in front for Taylor. Into wide open spaces far side. Nobody home. And this one will result in a St. Xavier throw-in. And finally, Ocampo will be allowed to join the fun here this afternoon. She takes the spot of Giselle Almazan. even with the steady rain, making their way here to the stands at Turner Stadium. Taylor has the advantage, 4 shots to none, and they've got their last 3 shots on goal, and all have gone in. Goebel behind Vanderkolk, flicked into the box, nobody there in white. It'll be cleared away by the right foot of the keeper, DeMoggle. Landis trying to find someone to dish it off to. She'll pick 2. The multi-time captain of numerous Chinese national team, sent in and flicked away by the fingertips of DeMoggle on a cross attempt. Snyder was right in there, and it'll be a corner kick for the second time this afternoon for the Trojans, again from that far side of the field. Claire Massey to take this one again. Almost found Big Sis Riley on the first one from this corner. We'll see if she tries to find her sister one more time. Into the middle, Massey trying to block her way through. It's headed on, and Goebel will have it go off the top of the crossbar as DeMoggle came out, jumped in front of our Massey, and it ended up on the forehead of Goebel and went just off the crossbar. To Hardy and Vanderkolk, your 3 goal scorers here in the first half, all scored within less than 3 minutes of each other. And St. X will try to clear out of the defensive end, but Goebel will get her knee on this one and hold it in Taylor's attacking half. Snyder jostling for position with Yamin Iterbe. And Claire Massey will throw it in along the far sideline. Back towards the middle, one in Teven. She's cut off by Montoya. But St. X struggles to clear it once again. Long pass of the far sideline, too far for anyone in black. And it goes out of play. It'll be a Taylor throw and handled by Riley Massey. Massey taken down from behind, and the Taylor fans down below us get their wish. Second foul against Saint Xavier here this afternoon. Here's Sophie Snyder with a hard press. And it goes off of her foot and out of play. That wind blowing from our backs out towards that far left corner. It's really picked up in intensity as the raindrops continue to come down from up above. Goebel trying to play it around the challenge of Montoya, and St. Xavier comes out of the scrum with it. Big right-footed bash. Dempsey has to go over her head. R. Massey comes in to help. Brackenbury off her line, and a long shot will go just wide of the near side post for St. Xavier. It was Peyton Fox who took that one for St. Xavier. That's the first shot that Taylor has allowed this season. The full 90 without a shot allowed last week, and they go almost the first 20 here today with no shots allowed as well. Another dangerous opportunity. That's the second time Brackenbury's almost gotten caught off of her line. Snyder weaves through St. Xavier defenders and lays it back to A.C. Hardy. Passes to the near side and 2. Looks up and she sees Tevens cutting ahead. Tevens bumped off the ball nicely by Montoya. to the end line. Tevens saves it. It's still loose. Tevens got it. She shoots, and it's 4-0 Taylor on the misplay by Saint Xavier on the end line. First goal of the season for Erin Tevens.
Taylor goal by number 12, Erin Tevens, the first of the season.
So 4-0 Taylor. 26 minutes plus left to go here in the first half. Two just across midfield to Vanderkolk. A little give and go here with Tevens. Two seniors trying to set something up on the near side of the field as Taylor moves from right to left. Centering ball sent skyward by Saint Xavier. Hits a hard bounce off the turf. Headed up by St. X, but Goebel holds it in for Taylor. Big first touch from Claire Massey. Gets her sprint going towards the end line. Centering ball, and that one will go off of the outside of the net. As more and more umbrellas being unfurled down below us. Goal kick to be taken by Yamin Iterbe for St. Xavier. Dempsey, one of the co-captains for the Trojans, along with Riley Massey. Gets back from two and works it up near side to Landis. Big right foot from Dempsey. Might be too far for Vanderkolk to get to. She checks up, and it'll be a goal kick for St. Xavier. Just one shot for St. Xavier. Taylor has taken 6, and all 4 of their shots on goal have found their way to the back of the net. The most recent one from Erin Tevens. Wind wreaks havoc on this goal kick here, so Vanderkolk able to dump it down to Tevens. Tried to slip it through to Hardy. Has deflected away, and now everyone will run to the other side of the field. Out of bounds, off of St. Xavier, and Claire Massey will throw it in. Tevens hits the brakes, waits for reinforcements. Hardy will go back to get it. Fakes the left, wants to get back to her right foot. Too big of a second touch, and it's poked away from her by Tremundi.
Sit down, Joel.
Big pass forward. The Massey sisters try to take away any opportunities for Leonard, who comes away with the ball. Lays it back to a trailer. Long shot in, and Brackenbury able to make the stop. Looked like that was Isabella Rapp from distance. And that's the first save of the season for Brackenbury after not seeing a shot last week. Look down with the rain still falling. Looks like Taylor head coach Scott Stan enjoying a snack down below us. 3 subs ready to enter for the Trojans. Sarah Mullins, Kate Kortenhoven, and Caroline Monberg. 22:45 and counting here in the first half. But before that, Ashley Clifton will make her first appearance of the afternoon for St. X. She replaces Haley Simolis. Temperature in the high 60s as play began today. Feels like what we might be seeing towards the end of the season, not what you'd see out of the beginning of September, but some nice cool days have made their way here through East Central Indiana the last couple in the first week of classes here for the Taylor students. Campus-wide communion Sunday night with the entire student body packing inside Odell Arena to pray over this year's freshman class. And then classes began, I believe, on Tuesday after the community plunge. Everyone going out here in the Grant County area and helping the causes where they are. Beautiful ball from Massey, but a flag is inside. That one is a tough one to take if you're Stevens. If she was offside, it was by a whisker.
I don't know.
Massey steps in front of Leonard and heads it down in Taylor's favor for the time being. Then she comes up and flicks it away.
Pass it to the goal line. It worked.
And here come the three subs. Hardy, Goebel, and Snyder all exit for Kortenhoven, Monberg, and Mullins. This throw-in flicked back by Montoya. That allows Vanderkolk to get to it, try to slip it through the defender's feet with her left foot. To Monberg and then back to Vanderkolk. Right-footed pass to the middle. Two lets it bounce off the turf. Couldn't find her feet, but it does find Stevens. Into space right side. Kortenhoven taking a circle around. It'll be scooped up off the end line by DeMago before Kortenhoven could redirect it. Wind and the rain have picked up in intensity here with 20 minutes left to go in our first half, and Taylor out front 4-0. Monberg tripped, and there's the foul.
Are you kidding me? Oh my God.
Free kick here for Riley Massey. About 9 yards, exactly 9 yards inside midfield. This is 1 yard farther than the longest goal she scored in her career. Puts it on here, and that one will go wide right. Remember, she scored from the little X with a kickoff for football games here at Turner Stadium a couple of years ago on this field against Marion. Played to the near side corner. This time she pushed it wide to the right, but that was something that she was working on a lot in practice this week. Rain starting to pick up in intensity here in Upland, Indiana. So a pop-up shower has cooled things off here at Turner Stadium. Artificial turf surface coming in big here with the raindrops falling for the better part of this first half. It was a sprinkle right after the starting lineups were announced and the national anthem was played, and it has only picked up in intensity since. 2, long ball in, everybody on side. Vanderkolk racing, trying to leg it out to the near side. She'll just get beaten to it by a whisker. And then coming up the near side will be St. X, and it looks like it was Tremundi. Actually make that Clifton, excuse me. Then the offside flag in the air. Taylor offside for the 4th time this afternoon.
Didn't even play the ball.
18 minutes remaining here in the first half. It is really starting to rain here. Kortenhoven tried to save it on the far sideline, went out of play off of her foot. This ball sent into the box. Dempsey will head it away from trouble. And Claire Massey will keep it in, curling it up the far sideline, right on point to Kortenhoven. Vanderkolk, a little bit too far for Stevens, almost able to poke it away from Montoya. Mullins able to circle around. Plays it off to Massey, but Kortenhoven offside. And the Taylor faithful not happy down below us. 16:45 and counting here in the first half. 4-0 the Taylor lead. Scored the first three within almost 3 minutes of each other. 2 off the assist from Claire Massey. Then unassisted Hardy, unassisted Vanderkolk, and then unassisted Tevens. With almost 26 minutes left to go here in the first stanza. Field for Saint Xavier. They've gotten 2 shots today, 1 on goal. Taylor with 7 shots, 4 on goal, and all on goal have gone in. This one wide, and it'll be a goal kick for Brackenbury. First time we're going to see Brackenbury unleash that right foot today. Puts it right on the toe of Tevens. Took a big first touch off of that right boot, and now St. Xavier will push it back into the attacking half. Over Leonard's head. She and Claire Massey both hustle after it. And it's out off of St. X. Cougars press it in, but Mullins able to sweep it back to Dempsey. Landis in front of her own bench. Taylor operating in their defensive half. They go from right to left, and White ahead by 4. Vanderkolk collides with Clifton, and that's out off of TU. As Alana Rakes ready to come back in or make her first appearance of the afternoon for Taylor. Beautiful ball through, and Kortenhoven, a big first touch up the middle of the field. Kortenhoven goes, she shoots, she's pushed down. The Taylor faithful look for a penalty kick, as that was inside the penalty area. As Kortenhoven just misses on the left-footed shot. Beautiful ball through the defense that Kortenhoven almost able to put on with a little bit of pace. And then 2 gets an early run, and she's whistled for the offside. 6th offside for Taylor this afternoon. Mullins to Claire Massey. Slips it through to Kortenhoven, and she's offside. Tough break there for Kortenhoven. Two with plenty of room to work just outside midfield. See Massey to the middle. Monberg ready to turn. To the center circle, and Mullins dribbles forward. To the middle, one at Tevens, slips through her. Vanderkolk and 2 both made efforts for it, but it rolled away before they can make a real strong effort. It'll be a punt from the keeper, DeMoggle. Mullins wins it near midfield, and undercutting her is Leonard for St. Xavier. Marquez wants to play a long one. It goes over Massey's head. That's easy work for Brackenbury inside the 18. Tevens locked up with the defender. That allowed the ball to roll away from her. Loose change, scooped up Monberg. Near side, Vanderkolk. Tevens runs away to try to get back on side. And it's cleared away by Montoya of St. Xavier. Here comes Alana Rakes for the first time this afternoon for Taylor. She replaces Tevens. A lot of the Tevens family in attendance today, including her sister that lives out in California. And the rain now falling as hard as it has all half. As Monberg loses her footing momentarily. Montoya, a couple step over attempts, lays it off, and then the ball sent in deep. Landis with a nice move on the near side. Poked away from her by Tremundi. And those that don't have umbrellas or coats are now trying to find one or trying to find some refuge from this pouring rain that has come in here to Upland, Indiana. It is coming hard and fast here at Turner Stadium. Off the center official's feet. Taylor wanted to work it to the middle, and Vanderkolk. Rakes tries to poke it through again. It's popped into the air. Rakes a little header. Monberg able to play it forward. You can hear the rain through our crowd microphone. It is coming down in sheets here in Upland, Indiana, folks. Mullins to 2. She was onside, but the pass had too much pace. Both sides are... Ooh, oh, young lady almost slipped down below us. I think that was one of the members of our indoor national champion 4x800 meter relay team, and also on the cross country team. That would not be good. She kept her balance. There are a couple brave souls out there with no hoods or umbrellas. Most of the younger college-age crowd. Kortenoven into the box. Clicked away by St. X to the end line. First touch, Massey saves it. And right to the feet of Ocampo. Out off of St. X, and Taylor will throw it in from the attacking half. Massey's long pass read nicely by Tremundi. But her first touch was too strong, and then she could not corral it. Now Saint Xavier tries to play from the defensive end. Dempsey to 2. Near side, Vanderkolk. Rakes back to Vanderkolk near sideline. Between the legs goes Vanderkolk. Has one more defender to beat. Flicked back to Rakes. Thought about pulling one from deep, instead lays it back to 2. Right side, Mullins. Too long for her to get to. And St. X will drive one in, trying to find Fox, and they do. Dempsey in a foot race with Fox, left side, and that one will just go wide of the far side post. Good attempt there for Peyton Fox. She's taken 2 of the 3 shots this afternoon for the Cougars. It is a monsoon here in Upland, Indiana. Tuazza go off her foot. Diaz on top. Out away off of Taylor, and St. Xavier will throw it in front of the Taylor bench as the rain starts to rear its ugly head once again. Mullins. Near side, Vanderkolk slipped it through the defense to 2. Had to go off the inside of her shoe. Behind Mullins. Offside flag kept down. The Taylor faithful screaming for a handball between these very, very large raindrops here today. I'm not sure if it ever rained this hard in any of the home matches of the 2 seasons that Alyssa Krause was here as a Taylor assistant coach. It in. Vanderkolk drives that one down with her elbow. And a St. X throw-in upcoming here from their defensive end. Mullins deflects it, and Monberg scoops it up. To the defensive end, and Riley Massey, far side to Claire Massey. bit too far for Claire. Leonard has it out for St. X on the pass. Wanted Fox in the middle, sent away from her by Riley Massey. Long ball in, Kortenhoven trying to find that extra gear. They'll go off of Kate, and St. Xavier has a throw in here late in the first half. Shout out to all you people watching online, including women's soccer head coach Jody Martinez. He was here earlier. I think Jody's gone inside where it's drier. His daughter Hannah, who played on the team the last 2 seasons, back here, along with Victoria Hilsey, 2 seniors from a season ago. This one played underneath Massey's feet, and Riley's got to hustle back as Fox is barreling down on her. Brackenbury slides, and now she's all the way out of the goal. Leonard tries from deep, but she lost her footing. Another time that Taylor has gotten sloppy defensively here in the first half. And thankfully for them, St. Xavier has been unable to capitalize, but they have gotten closer and closer with each defensive miscue from Taylor here in the opening stanza. That has 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in it. They're trying to go from the far side to the near side. Pass couldn't get to Vanderkolk. Landis has to go off the top of her head and all the way back near side, and here's Dempsey scooping it up for TU. Diaz to throw it in for St. X. Look to back up near midfield where Rakes will pick it up for Taylor. Pivoting is Rakes. Long ball through, nobody home in white. And keeper DeMong will let this one roll into her gloved hands inside the 18. St. X sends this one in deep. Riley Massey there. She'll kick it away from the keeper Brackenbury with the left foot, but this one will go out off the near sideline, so it'll be just a throw-in here for St. Xavier. And you can hear the rain just pouring down right now as it has been for the last 10 minutes or so. Good move from Fox. Left-footed shot. Brackenbury with a save of her knees. And Riley Massey trying to clear, then Dempsey will right foot bash it up near midfield. Vanderkolk slips it to Kortenhoven, but she's offside. Eighth time Taylor's been offside here in this first half. That one the closest to being an onside play, along with a couple others. Marquez to take this one from the defensive end. Vanderkolk to Rakes, then back to Vanderkolk. Try to play between Montoya's feet. Montoya snuffed it away. Landis, though, comes in and try to move it back into Taylor's favor. St. X forward through the box. Brackenbury snags it before Leonard can make a play on it. A quick rollout to Claire Massey with less than 2 to go before halftime. Kortenhoven to the middle, and everyone checks up to make sure that they were onside. Rakes turns towards the middle. Left-footed pass, too far for Vanderkolk to give it a go as we dip below 80 seconds left to go in the first. Monberg knifes it down with the right foot. Marquez trying to play keep away here, turns and sends it to the near side. This one through to Leonard. She's onside. Brackenbury comes out and snuffs that one out. 30 seconds left. Courtnoven has it go off of her head. And St. X will throw it in. Cougars trying to get one last push. This one goes out with 17 seconds left. St. X to throw it in.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that'll be it for an exciting first half of play for the Trojans. They lead 4-0 after one half of play against Saint Xavier as the Trojans trying to move to 2-0 on the season. As the Taylor's team sprinting to the locker room trying to get out of the rain, and the fans trying to find cover as well. We're back with halftime next here on the Trojan Sports Network. And we're back where it is still pouring rain here in Upland, Indiana. We apologize for the late start to our coverage here. We had to get the old camera covered up with a trash bag. Claire Massey's got in the far corner to take this corner kick. We've got some standing water. It looks like it's starting to brew on the field here. Massey, an in-swinger from the far side. Riley Massey heads it on. This one will go wide. There's a couple brave souls that are down below us with their umbrellas. Everyone else has moved their way up to the hospitality areas that are reserved for football games, where not completely covered, but you get a little bit of coverage from the rain coming down overhead. Samantha Termundi has it taken away out on the far side. It'll stay here with the Trojans. Hardy back to the middle. Flicking it on is Goebel, trying to play it on strong. Sophie Snyder will cut it down and goes back to Goebel in the middle of the field. Good challenge, but a foul called here against Saint Xavier. And number 18 is Isabella Rapp. So a free kick here for Taylor and Riley Massey from the middle of the field. 4-0 Taylor lead, all 4 goals scored in the first half, as both teams huddled up underneath their respective benches. Massey in and over the crossbar. St. Xavier trying to build from the back. They've got Mariah Leonard here on the near side of the field. To the middle, and Ocampo gets a start here in the second half after coming off the bench in the first. C. Massey, near side, and Sophie Snyder. Up to Hardy. Tevens right there to come back to get on side, now trying to turn on the Jets. And St. X will beat her to it, but then Tevens wins the ball right back. Snyder runs in, and that both players down to a knee. We'll take a break and come back here on the Trojan Sports Network. So it's Nada Ocampo and Sophie Snyder of St. X and Taylor. They both able to walk to the near sideline under their own power. They both laughing about the collision they just had, and so they'll be allowed to come back in. Have to start out of play after Taylor athletic trainer Joe Walter came out onto the field to go check on the health of both. And they're both waved back in, and here we go. Hardy on the near side. To the right edge of the box, and Tevens. Tevens shoved off the ball, and now St. X trying to come from right to left in black. All the way up to Peyton Fox underneath her feet. And it'll be Riley Massey to the far side, and Landis. Goebel. Long pass intended for Hardy. Taken away for the moment, but then Goebel gets it right back and works it to Claire Massey near side. Up to Snyder, back to Hardy. Deflected back to C. Massey. Snyder to Massey. Off-target pass, and that one's intercepted by Juliet Mendez. Long one through that Landis will let bounce by her and roll to the far side. Good hustle by Esmeralda Diaz. And she saves it before it goes across the far sideline. Centers one in, and that one's smothered up by Brackenbury. Hannah rolls it out near side to Claire Massey. Behind Snyder, she comes back to get it right before it goes across the near sideline. And Snyder goes to Riley Massey. Massey looking for someone to dish to. She'll work it up to Tevens. Tevens gives it a run near side. Now up to Snyder in tight quarters. Into space. Hardy went veering to the left when the ball went veering to her right. And Demagal will have the punt here for St. X. 10 shots to 4 in favor of Taylor. 5 on goal to 2. Also in favor of Taylor, and 4 have found the back of the net. Snyder called for the foul. She came in and took Isabella Rapp down from behind. Snyder very apologetic to Rapp. Did not mean to take her down by running into her back. Second foul against Taylor here in the match so far, and the rain has been the story. It's been raining since right when we got the match going. Spitting a little bit to start, and it's only increased in the intensity here, and it's been at this pace coming down from the sky for the last half hour or so. It has not let up one bit. Thankfully, the Trojans have the all-turf field. Here comes Vanderkolk. Long pass. She's behind the defense, and Vanderkolk gets her shot stopped beautifully by Demagal, excuse me. Vanderkolk one-on-one, but Demagal came out, slid, and stopped the shot as Vanderkolk tried to find her second goal of the afternoon. C. Massey applies pressure on Rapp. And now Fox will slow things down for Saint Xavier. Almost 8 minutes in here to the second half. 4-0 Trojans. And they scored all 4 goals in the first half. Brackenbury donning the new goalie kit in all purple here this afternoon. Hardy to Snyder, went between her legs, but Snyder able to get it back. Hardy running step for step. Snyder curls it to the middle. Tevens lets it bounce all the way to the far side, and then St. X plays it in deeper to the Taylor attacking half. Thankfully for the Cougars, Demagal, the first one there, and the only one there to scoop up the loose change. Left sideline, Tevens looking to cross. Played it behind 2. Here comes Hardy, but before she could redirect it on frame, it was kicked away by Marquez. Claire Massey, who scored from 31 yards out last week, finds a wide open Tevens just left of center. Bounces off her head. Vanderkolk now be the first one to it on the far side. Off of her foot, but kicked away by St. X, and so it stays with Taylor on the throw-in from deep in their attacking half. Chloe Senna getting loose on the sideline, down and to our right. Throw into Vanderkolk, left edge of the box. Dribbles to the top, shoots to the right foot, couldn't get enough pace on it, and St. X blocks, and now they try to clear. Goebel holds it in. Near side, Claire Massey as she lets Snyder run in front of her. Mass to the near side, looking to cross right foot, backside play, and that one lands on the back of the net. That's a goal kick here for Saint Xavier. And now Senna makes her way to the midfield stripe to make her first appearance of the afternoon. Ball kept in the attacking half by Taylor. Snyder sweeps it away from Montoya and dishes it all the way back to Riley Mass, who was all by her lonesome at midfield. Hardy had Tevens cutting, now a DeVere to stay onside. Snyder back to Hardy. Too far for her to get a touch on, and St. X will try to clear, but Hardy able to hold it in. Knocks it back to 2. Trying to find some space. Beautiful pass to the wide open Vanderkolk, who shoots, and it's another stellar save by Demagal. Second time in the last few minutes that the St. X keeper has turned away what looked to be what was a prime scoring opportunity for Ali Vanderkolk. But the offside flag was in the air, so scratch that shot from the record books. 9th offside by Taylor today. Tevens runs into the defender, and she'll be whistled for the foul. Dempsey with a pinpoint header to Hardy, then right back to Goebel. Hardy dribbles in midfield, little dish off, wanted Claire Massa, getting a piece of it was Leonard, but able to retain the possession. Hardy, near side to Snyder with some room to work. Snyder, a little stop and start. Centers to the middle, trailing is Tevens. One touch is on and in for Tevens' second goal today on a pretty find by Sophie Snyder.
Goal number 12, Aaron Tevens, the second of the day, assisted by number 8, Sophie Snyder.
So Snyder with the assist on a beautiful pass from the near side, and then Tevens scores her second goal of the day and the second one in a row for Taylor. The Trojans now ahead 5-0. Hardy finds a wide open 2. Senna has to check up to make sure she stays onside, and the flag is in the air. 10th offside by Taylor today, and that's the 3rd or 4th time the Trojans have been just a hair too early. Good news is we haven't seen a lot of the players slip with the torrential downpour going on for the majority of the match today. Tevens on the throw-in, centers it to the top of the box. Snyder trying to come in weak side, touched away from her, and spinning and scooping it up will be Saint Xavier, accelerating up the near side. as Snyder collides with Ashley Clifton, and Clifton whistled for the foul. Fifth foul against St. Xavier today. Massey. This is Riley. Wanted to find Tevens on the backside of the box. It was cut off, but Taylor able to hold it in near midfield with Dempsey and Goebel. Landis bashes that one in deep, and St. Xavier will start to build from the back. Massey with two St. X players around her, dishes away, but the Cougars able to hold it in before Dempsey gets a toe on it. Massey will be called for the foul as she runs into Leonard from behind. And it'll be a dangerous set-piece opportunity here for St. Xavier as they look for their first goal of the afternoon, down 5-0 as we've played just over 15 minutes here of half number 2. 4-woman wall for the Trojans. 2 Goebel, Hardy, and Sophie Snyder. Now they've got to back up. They need the appropriate 10 yards, and that's where they are. Kimberly Marquez to take this one just left of center on the goal to our left. Marquez plays a shot in that will rise and clear the crossbar. Good touch from Tevens, trying to work Senna forward. But a good slide from Montoya will force the Trojans to throw this one in on the far sideline. At the last possible moment, Emma Shoemaker and Lauren Senna emerge from the Taylor bench from the coverage of the rain to get ready to check in. C. Massey to R. Massey to Goebel. St. X cuts it down. Leonard trying to work it around R. Massey. She could not. Goebel scoops it up and will play it off to Hardy. Snyder, a little one touch. Hardy goes off. Hardy has to go off the heels, but Snyder at full steam trying to outrun 2 St. X players to the other end. They converge, and it's going to be Marquez, the one to take it away from her. Then Marquez stops it before it rolls across the end line. Fox to Diaz. Back to the defensive end, Montoya for St. X. Montoya turns and runs away from 2. Tevens marks her on the far sideline, about 15 yards inside midfield. Massey heads it down, but Fox able to hold it in for St. Xavier. Tries to shake away from Dempsey, trying some open space. Her pass, getting a toe on it, was Goebel for Taylor. And then 2 will punch it forward to Hardy. Lets it roll between her legs. And AC Hardy goes for a jog. Long pass connects with Snyder. Assist on the last Taylor goal to Tevens, who has scored the last 2 for the Trojans, as the home team leads 5-0, trying to start the year off 2-0 after defeating Asbury 6-0 here last week. Landis bumped, able to keep her footing. To Goebel, pass was too far for Dempsey. She retreats. This one will come all the way back to Brackenbury. The keeper deals to R. Massey. Good play by Leonard to turn away the long pass attempt from Riley Massey of Taylor. Here come 2 subs for the Trojans. Senna and Shoemaker, they will come to get Claire Massey and Rachel Landis. First time we've seen Shoemaker and Senna, the first time that C. Massey and Landis have gotten a breather today. Goebel back to Hardy. It bounces all the way into Brackenbury. And the keeper quickly deals off to R. Massey. Too far for Snyder. Wrap there to scoop it up. Then it's careened off to Hardy of Taylor. Two tight pass and tight quarters to Tevens. Good through ball to Senna. Chloe's got to turn on the jets, and she'll get to it before it rolls across the far sideline. Surveys and finds Tevens to the newcomer Senna. And now to Goebel with 24:44 left to go in the second half. Quick touch from Senna, 1 and 2, but couldn't get to her cleanly. Shoemaker cuts off the long pass intended for Leonard, and then dishes off to Goebel. Snyder too far for Hardy. Marquez is right there. And then Snyder deflects it, and here comes Kate Kortenhoven back in for Taylor, along with Giselle Almazan for Concordia. She replaces Leonard, and Snyder will check off for Taylor. Actually, make it Leonard will stay. It'll be Marquez the one to exit for St. X. St. X drills this one away from trouble as Lauren Senna flies back to get on top of it. That outside back position across from us. To the midfielder, Goebel. And now to Hardy. Hardy sees two cutting in front. Picture perfect pass to right edge of the box. Runs through a challenge. Has three defenders there. Tried to shake all three of them. Could not, but two able to work back and win the ball for Taylor. Tevens back to Hardy. To the middle and Goebel. Wanted to slip it on to Tevens. Could not on a good outstretched leg by Termundi. But Taylor able to keep the ball at midfield with 22:45 left to go here in half two. Trojans ahead by 5. Kortenhoven to the middle and 2. Knocks it down. Rising shot will sail over the crossbar. As 2 lost her footing, but still able to get great pace on that right-footed shot. Alana Rakes will make her first appearance of the second half. She comes in to get Tevens. And Alondra Estrada comes in for St. X. First time we've seen her today. She will take the spot of Isabella Rapp. Senna heads the goal kick up to Rakes. Dances at the top of the box. Kicked away. Here's Hardy from just outside the 18, and her rising shot will careen off the football goalpost and go to Turner Plaza. Leonard between the legs of Goebel for St. X, but too far to connect with her teammate Estrada. Fox wins the ball back for St. X. Deflected to the middle, and here's Diaz with a good run. She wants to try from long range, but Dempsey got in front and blocked the shot away. Dempsey a little sweep to 2. Senna skies one just right of center down below us. Goebel just outside midfield. Long ball in. Kortenhoven is onside, and she's got some room to work. Kortenhoven inside the 18 to the end line, trying to play it back. She does. Backside play, too far for Rakes. And Senna will jog out to keep this one for Taylor in the far corner. Able to turn away from the defense. Left edge of the penalty area. Deflected to the top, and Hardy. One touch to space. Lets one go, and this one sails over the crossbar again. St. X sends this one all the way to the other end. And Riley Massey dishes it down to Brackenbury, her keeper. Ball scorched through St. X's offense and finds the feet of Rakes. Senna takes a spill on the far side, but she pops back to her feet. Shoemaker trying to lead Kortenhoven, led her too far. And now Kortenhoven has to jostle for position with Ashley Clifton. And it goes off of Clifton, and Kortenhoven quickly there to throw it back in. Hardy, left-footed shot, and this one right to the hands of Demagal. Third save of the day for the St. X keeper. Massey up to Goebel. St. X sends it in deep. Senna boxes out the St. X player. Now it gets loose. Brackenbury there. Shot from St. X. Right back is Dempsey. She'll poke it away from trouble, as it was Almazan the one trying to play it in. Another sloppy defensive play in the back by Taylor. We saw a couple of those in the first half. Another one here almost cost Taylor the clean sheet. Isabella Rapp will rejoin the fun for Saint Xavier as we dip below 18 minutes remaining here in half number 2. As she replaces Alondra Estrada. Corner kick far side for St. X. One of the few set pieces they've had all day. Riley Massey heads that one away from trouble. Into the box. Dempsey turns and clears it away from trouble with Rapp right there on her hip. Kortenhoven plays it to the middle. Senna trying to give chase. Just couldn't get there in time as it rolled away from her, but she's able to regroup. Nice play to get free on the left edge of the penalty area. Long, hard shot. Punched away by Demagal. And then Senna tries to kick it in again. It's loose. Here's Rakes. One touch is on and wide of the near side post. And here comes Audrey Grimm in for Taylor, the freshman who scored a week ago. She replaces Goebel. This one finds the feet of the newcomer Grimm right there in the middle of the field, as the ball has very rarely left Taylor's attacking half here this afternoon. They've outshot St. Xavier 19-5, including 9-2 in shots on goal, and 5 have been scored today by the Trojans. Stevens with a pair, 2 with 1, Hardy and Vanderkolk, the 4 goal scorers. 2 casually throws that right foot in the air and sends that ball down. Hardy with a nice play down near side, Kortenhoven. Okay, directing where she wanted someone to cut, they would not. That allowed St. X to poke the ball away momentarily. Grimm, left of center as Taylor shoots on the goal to our right. Montoya bumps her off the path. Senna finds Rakes in the middle to Hardy. Little flick on through. Couldn't move it more than a couple of yards. And now Taylor regroups with 2 in the middle of the field. Looks and blasts one in from deep. It goes off the back of the calf of Ocampo. Senna falls, and it goes across the end line. And it's going to be a St. X goal kick. One of the few times today that we've seen one of the players on the field lose their footing with this torrential rain pouring down for the majority of our contest here this afternoon. Montoya to take the goal kick. Senna down to 2 in the center circle. The attacking half and Hardy. Wide open spaces for Kortenhoven to go for a run. Pressure from Sullivan. Good little touch away, make it Clifton. Played between Kortenhoven's legs, and she drives it up near midfield. Leonard trying to play keep away from Hardy. She cannot. And then Hardy finds her freshman teammate in Grimm. Kortenhoven forward, but drilled away by the St. XD. As Sarah Mullins will make her first second half appearance, and she'll give Hardy the breather. Rake's able to win it away from Rapp. Loses her footing, but gets back to her feet. Shoemaker to Kortenhoven. Rakes back to Kate. Poked away by Ocampo, and Kortenhoven will throw it in along the near sideline. Shoemaker to take the throw in for Taylor. 1 in Mullins, couldn't find her. 2 with a beautiful pass to the middle and Grimm. But as she made her move, it's kicked away by Isabella Rapp of St. X. Dempsey in a foot race back to Brackenbury. And she quickly deals it off to Massey, who loses her footing. As she stepped on the ball and blew a tire. Massey, okay, pops right back to her feet. And Riley with a smile from ear to ear. Shoemaker trying to take it away from Fox. 2 able to help her out. Dempsey to Sinna. Sinna sprints up across midfield on the left side. Path cut off by Rapp, and now St. X turns and sends it back to where it came from. With Almazan leading the charge. Mundy pokes away from Taylor's Grimm. Shoemaker steps in front of the pass, lays it into space. A little miscommunication will allow St. X to get it for a nice little play here from Shoemaker on the near side. Rakes back to Shoemaker. Taylor holds it in too far for Kortenhoven to give it a go. Another goal kick here for Saint Xavier. Special shout out to our camera operator, Caroline Pascal. Finding the elements high above here today. The rain has slowed down a little bit, but it is still falling overhead. Just about 10.5 minutes left to go here in the second half. Taylor has been in control since the opening whistle. They scored less than 3 minutes in and scored the first 3 goals in less than 3 minutes time of game time here today. They've added 2 more since. Stevens of the pair, 2, Hardy and Vanderkolk. And assists go out to Claire Massey and Sophie Snyder. Lauren Collins makes her way to midfield for Teed, make her first appearance of the day. Julia McKee about to come in for the first time in the second half here for St. X. Massey flicks it in deep, and Montoya cuts it off. Clifton trying to roll away from Kortenhoven. Back off to Montoya. Up to Rapp, who's been all over the field today for Saint Xavier. Two presses for the Trojans, being very careful not to start their runs too soon, so they're not called for offside for the 11th time today. Off of St. X near side, that'll allow Lauren Collins to come in for Taylor. She replaces Senna, and McKee in for St. Xavier. It looks like she will replace Haley Simolas. And that is who she replaces. Well, the good news is the rain has pretty much stopped. Wind's still a little bit of a factor, but not as much as it has been. There was a monsoon that rolled through here for the majority of today's contest, and looks like just a couple little sprinkles for the final 7:30. Big day for Taylor Athletics. Just 3 teams in action today. Taylor Volleyball got things going today down in Georgia at 9 a.m. They play host of the tournament. They're playing in Truett McConnell later today. Then the big day for Aaron Mingo and the football staff. The first-year head coach makes his debut with the Trojans tonight as they take on first-year program Judson. That's a 7 o'clock Eastern time kickoff. So excited to see what Coach Mingo and the Taylor football Trojans can do tonight. A very exciting offense that he's bringing with him from Dort. And they're taking on first-year Judson tonight. And then a bye week next week for the football team. And then the home opener here on the 18th under the lights here against the Butler Bulldogs. And also special at halftime, the Taylor men's cross-country team will be receiving their national championship rings at halftime of that football game on September 18th. So a lot of stuff as we have to ramp things up here in the fall here of 2021. And we'll, of course, have all of it for you right here on the Trojan Sports Network. Diaz flicks one in off of Massey's head. Leonard pokes it forward. That allows Shoemaker to get back in front, cut her off, and Brackenbury able to scoop that one up for Taylor as we approach 5.5 minutes left to go here in the second half. Taylor leads 5-0. Across from St. X, Brackenbury comes off, and the flag is in the air. But with Brackenbury having possession, they wave it off. He just rolls out to Shoemaker, who's got a head of steam near side for TU. Two to Mullins. One of the center forward rakes, knocked away by the St. X defense. Grimm just left of center in the attacking half. Collins trying to work it into her freshman classmate Grimm. Montoya sends this one out of play, and Taylor's got the throw in far side. Rakes, bluffs the shot, turns and lays it back to Grimm. Grimm a little hop, trying to get away from pressure. Two stays in and lays it on back to Riley Massey. Shoemaker sprints, and she'll check up and let this one roll out of play. St. X throwing a couple yards inside midfield. No more rain to speak of, but it has been a wet one here today at Turner Stadium. Goal kick for Brackenbury and Taylor. Taylor takes their first road trip of the year at IU East on Tuesday. That's a 7:30 start time in Richmond. Leonard just outside the 18, pivoting back to Fox, a riser, or make that wrap. That'll sail high and wide to the right. But then plenty of home contests for the Trojans after that road match in Richmond at IU East on Tuesday. They have the next three at home, September 10th on a Friday night against Lawrence Tech, Monday the 13th against IU Kokomo, and then 2 days later, the 15th here against Georgetown, before they go to Indiana Tech on the 18th, and then they start Crossroads League play on the 25th. Long ball from Kortenhoven. Collins finds the accelerator, but it's a little bit late as that one scooped up by Demagal. And remember, the match with Trinity Christian has been postponed until Wednesday, October 20th, so the Trojans will take a brief break from conference play to make up the match with head coach Scott Stan's alma mater, Trinity Christian, after it was postponed. It was supposed to be this Wednesday at TCC. Foul against Rakes as we approach 2 minutes remaining here in the second half. The Trojans out front 5-0. Ocampo and Montoya stand over this one. There's Montoya to take it. Grimm back to Senna. Up to the sprinting Collins. 90 seconds left to go in this one. Collins dribbling hard from the left edge of the box. Crosses off the feet of Montoya. And she tried to clear, and it careened off of Grimm's foot. And it'll be a goal kick for St. X as we approach a minute to go here in the second half.
One minute remaining.
Grimm to the end line. Crosses. Cornell lets it go between her feet. There's a shot, and it will be deflected in for the goal for Sarah Mullins, the first of her career. With 39 seconds left to go in this one. So it'll be back-to-back 6-0 wins for Taylor.
Number 5, that's Sarah Mullins in her first goal of her career.
And we see A.C. Hardy's nephew, Abel, being held by his Uncle Owen, her brother. Their older brother, Sam's son, just about a year old, is young Abel. And now Abel gets to take a look at Aunt AC on the Taylor sideline. So back-to-back 6-0 wins for the Trojans to start the year. They sit at 2-0 as they try to make their way back to the national tournament after missing it a year ago. 5 different goal scorers today. 2 got it going. The first 3 goals came in almost 3 minutes. 2 Hardy and Vanderkolk back-to-back for Tebin, spanning the first and second half. And then Sarah Mullins gets her first collegiate goal in the final minute of play today. Special thanks to Caroline Pascal running our camera upstairs today. We thank you folks for tuning in today as well. This has been a presentation of Taylor Women's Soccer on the Trojan Sports Network. Until we talk to you again, we say good afternoon and have a great rest of your weekend here from Taylor University.